These are the new Venom Power Terra XTs, and the set of 33s on this truck are under $800. So the real question is, are they any good? So as usual, as you've come to expect, first things first, the burnout test. Well, that's probably the best one yet. So yes, these are the Venom Power Terra XTs, and it's probably a name that you haven't heard of before, but when you look at the tread pattern, you do notice that it's similar to other tires on the market, which kind of gives you an idea that it should perform similar to those tires too, which is why I actually threw a set of these on my personal truck to kind of drive them around, demo them out, and see just exactly what I thought. And so far, I've been actually pretty impressed, especially for the price that you pay. So that's the key point of these Venom Power tires, is that like the set that's on this truck, less than $800 for 33 by 12.5. So that's just absolutely unheard of in the tire market, especially when you're looking at, you know, E-load tires and tires that can hold up to some towing and stuff like that. So it's just the price point that makes these tires very, very attractive. They're one of the most affordable tires on the market right now. And as of exactly this minute, they don't have a ton of different sizes out there. They've got, I believe, as small as 33s and all the way up to 37s right now, but they have more and more tires coming, which is a good thing, because one of the most exciting things about these tires is that they're going to be offering some crazy, crazy wide but small sidewall options. So what I mean by that is, like, these are 33s wrapped on 17, so there's a lot of rubber there. But they're going to be offering 35s for 26s. That's a very, very small sidewall, but the kicker here is that they're going to be making that in a wide application, so you don't have to be stretching the tires nearly as much as you do with other brands. So on those 35s for the 26s, the width is actually 15.5 inches. So if you're a guy that's running 26 by 16s, or even if you have 26 by 14s and you just don't want a stretched tire, now you won't have to with these. And they have a pretty good look to them as well. You know, they're not quite as aggressive as a full mud terrain, but then again, they don't look like a street tire. They're kind of a blend of the all-terrain and the mud tire world, which makes them a hybrid. That's the XT designation that you'll see on the tire. So the center blocks are a lot closer together. That's going to kind of help with road noise. And then the outside edges are further apart, so you do have more grip in a low traction environment or driving these things through the mud. And I've been driving them in the snow, and I've got to say that there's definitely some room to make these things even better, but they're not terrible by any means. But if they had a little bit more siping, they'd be absolutely excellent. As far as dry traction goes, 100% fine. There's actually a lot of rubber contact, and it's a very even contact, which is nice. So you see on the shoulder blocks and the center tread section is all very flat, so there's a lot of rubber touching the ground, which means you get a lot more grip. Even in this Duramax, we don't seem to have a problem when you put the pedal to the metal. Now, usually when you kind of cheap out on your tires or go for a less expensive option, you're giving up things like warranties. But with the Venom Powers, you actually still retain a 50,000 mile warranty, which is something that you just don't see from other lower cost tire manufacturers. Where a lot of manufacturers kind of fail in the hybrid department is that the sidewall of their tire just isn't aggressive enough to match the tread pattern. And on these specific tires, you're going to see that they do have a very angular cut sidewall, and it actually does kind of maintain that aggressive appearance, which is what I would be looking for if I was shopping for all-terrain or hybrid tires. As far as road noise goes, it's not really something that you're going to even really notice if you've already been used to driving on mud tires or hybrid tires. I would say you kind of start to pick up a little bit of humming around 35, 40 miles an hour, but nothing too unvariable, and that kind of volume really stays pretty consistent all the way up to highway speeds. So definitely nothing to worry about as far as road noise goes. And I think what I'm really impressed with when you compare the price of these tires is that they offer actually quite a bit of stability, and they're a very smooth riding tire. They balanced out absolutely perfect on the wheels that I put them on. We can drive straight down the road with no issues, and everything just feels really planted, which is good. It's something that I was kind of worried about and kind of skeptical when I was getting into these lower cost tires. So that's the Venom Power XT. If you want to check out more information about them or see all the wide range of sizes that they're coming out with, you can find all of those at customoffsets.com. Peace.